If you own a business and you're moving towards a divorce, that obviously is extremely scary and stressful for a number of reasons. One, the divorce itself, but two, also the question of what happens to my business? How is my divorce going to affect what I have for future income? Now, the best way to protect yourself is if this business was owned prior to the marriage is obviously to get a prenup. But if you've missed that boat and you're headed towards a divorce and you own that business, then there's certain things that you can do to make sure that it's least disrupted as possible. One, you may have to ask your spouse to sign a non-disclosure agreement where they're not going to go out and talk about your business. You might need an order from the court telling them that they cannot post negatively about you online to ruin your reputation. It might be valuing your business. Now, there's different businesses are going to have different values. The larger your business, if you have employees, there may actually be a value attached to that. And if that's the case, then would be looking to try to keep your business intact and figure out where other assets can come from in order to compensate your spouse for their share of your business. If you have a business that is being divided within a divorce, the courts will usually ask for a valuation. So you have to hire somebody to actually come in, very similar to getting an appraisal on your home. It's a valuation that occurs within your business. So your business gets a dollar figure of what it's worth. If you need your business valued during a divorce, you usually will hire somebody that specializes, so it's considered an expert, who will come through and collect all the financial information, look at your profit and loss statements, look at your taxes, look at what is going on within your business, how many employees it has. There's a whole bunch of factors that go into their valuation of your business. Then once you get that report, you basically take that number. If the other side agrees with it, that number is what it is. If they don't agree with it, the other side has the right to get their own valuation. And if the case proceeds to trial because you cannot agree on the value, then the judge will hear testimony from both of your experts and decide for themselves what the value of your business is. So if you're in a situation where your spouse is potentially entitled to half of the value of your business, now it could be that maybe there's other assets that can be utilized to pay them for their half. Sometimes, unfortunately, the business needs to get sold because there's not enough assets. Now, we try really hard for our clients that want to keep their business to obviously do so, because to sell it means that you're detrimentally affecting their future income, which most of the times the courts do not want to have happen. There's a lot of different ways that businesses can be secured within the divorce process. Make sure you're hiring an attorney that really does understand that process and can work on protecting your business right from the start. There's a number of mistakes that business owners typically make within a divorce, but it really starts before the divorce. When you start commingling your business finances with personal finances, that can create a disaster and make a divorce much more complicated. Within the divorce, all of a sudden, it's pretty common that that business that was doing fairly well suddenly is tanking. Sometimes it legitimately happens, but a lot of times the courts will look at that and will start to see that maybe they're funneling money in other places, maybe they're just trying to hide it. Don't do that, because then your business is in jeopardy. Keep running your business as it was before. Obviously, the more successful you are, the better you're going to be. So don't let a divorce really hinder you from running your business successfully. So if you're a business owner and you're getting ready to go through a divorce, please feel free to reach out to our firm. We can get you a free case evaluation, talk about your goals, and come up with a strategy to make sure that you and your business are protected moving forward.